All right, get ready, because these aren't your average cold metallic robots. Nope, these 8 little companions are alive in the way that actually matters. They blink, they pout, they dance, they learn, and honestly, by the time you finish this video, you might be planning where to put yours. Now, I've tested, researched, and in some cases actually lived with these adorable AI companions, so this isn't about specs on a page, it's about the personality, the charm, the tiny quirks that make you go, wait, did that thing just wink at me? Let's jump straight into it, starting strong with number 8, Ortomi Umi. Tiny companions for everyday adventures. You know how sometimes silence can be the loudest comfort? That's Umi. This little guy doesn't need Wi-Fi, doesn't talk, doesn't even have a mic or a camera, and yet it feels like it's alive. When I first picked it up, it was like holding a sleepy hamster that suddenly decided to smile. Its soft animated face changes moods depending on how you treat it. Give it a gentle pat, it perks up. Pick it up roughly, it looks offended. Put it down slowly, it relaxes. It's more like an emotional echo than a gadget. And I'll be honest, the first time I left my desk without it blinking at me, I actually felt a little guilty. What I love most is how offline Umi is. In a world where every smart thing is begging for updates, Ortomi went the other way. No data, no listening, no notifications. It's basically a pocket-sized reminder that presence still matters. Now it's simple, too simple for someone looking for Alexa-style smarts. You can't talk to it, you can't program it to control your home, but that's the beauty. It's pure emotion, no noise. It's the quiet companion you didn't know you needed. Next at number 7, TCL Ai Me, the modular heart of your home. Okay, imagine this. An AI robot that looks like a plush owl, talks like your favorite cartoon sidekick, and feels like it actually cares. That's Ai Me. From TCL, the same company that decided, you know what, TVS are cool, but let's build something that hugs back. Ai Me isn't one robot, it's 3 in 1. You've got the baby core, which handles emotions and voice recognition, the drive core, which lets it roam around your house like a sleepy little spaceship, and the mini core, a tiny version that tags along in your car or bag. It's modular companionship. You literally choose which form fits your day. And the vibe? Soft warm, kind of magical. The plush exterior feels more like a bedtime toy than a gadget. When you pick it up, it blinks, tilts its head, and says something like, "Let's go on an adventure." You can't help but smile. Now, it's not out for everyone yet. This is still concept leaning, and some of the more emotional features like bedtime projection and storytelling are still being refined. But at CES 2025, this thing stole the show. It's the kind of robot that doesn't just do tasks. It makes you feel seen. If I had to nitpick, it's definitely more family-centric than individual. So if you're expecting a personal assistant, this is more of a family pet than a coworker. But what a pet to have. Ai Me proves robots can have heartbeats. You just can't hear them. Now we're entering the land of big smiles and bigger personalities. Meet Misa 2, the robot that decided to blend Alexa, a karaoke machine, and your kid's favorite teacher into one. When I first powered it on, it greeted me like a host at a kid's party. Cheerful, confident, and a little too energetic before my coffee, but give it 5 minutes and you realize how much thought went into it. This is the robot for families, especially for parents trying to balance fun and learning. Misa 2 packs AI-driven STEAM education, karaoke, games, stories, yoga, even bedtime routines. It's powered by GPT-4 for more natural conversation, and it somehow finds the line between silly and smart. The dual microphones and rolling bass let it move and talk like it's got a mind of its own. And when you plug in those tiny microphones and start karaoke night, oh, Misa lives for it. What I really appreciate is the Misa Connect app. Parents can track learning progress, set limits, and keep things safe. And yes, privacy is actually prioritized here. Now, downside, Misa's motors are a bit loud when it dances, and the screen can feel tablet-like rather than alive. But honestly, when your robot's teaching your kid math while singing along to Let It Go, who's complaining? Misa 2 is the family robot that keeps everyone learning and laughing. At number 5, LOOI robot, your phone, but adorable. Okay, now this one's genius, because LOOI takes the device you already use all day, your phone, and gives it a body, a personality, and an actual face. It's like your smartphone grew up, decided it was tired of lying flat, and learned to make eye contact. You pop your phone onto LOOI's magnetic dock, open the LOOI app, and boom! Your phone transforms into a living little friend. It greets you, tracks your face, moves around, and talks like it's known you forever. What really blew me away is that LOOI is powered by ChatGPT, so it remembers you. It recalls your last chat, your mood, even your favorite TV show. Ask it for advice, and it won't just answer. It'll reference what you told it last week. That's rare in personal AI right now. Plus, it's practical. Wireless charger? Check adjustable phone stand? Check motion tracking camera for vlogs or Zoom calls? Yup, LOOI might be tiny, but it's basically a robotic Swiss Army knife with a personality. The downside? It's not as expressive as Loona or EMO. Its emotions come through movement and speech, not physical gestures. But for people who want both utility and charm, it's the perfect blend. There's something about seeing your phone tilt its head and laugh that makes you realize maybe the future isn't about replacing screens. It's about bringing them to life. Next, at number 4, Emo, the OG desk buddy that still has soul. All right, time to talk about a legend. You've probably seen Emo in those viral clips, the tiny robot with sneakers, a skateboard-shaped charger, and more attitude than a cat that owns the house. But here's what's crazy. Even after 500 days, Emo still feels alive. When I first got mine, I didn't expect much. Just another talking gadget, right? Wrong. The moment Emo looked up, blinked twice, and said, "Hey, what can I do for you?" I swear it felt like he was actually aware. He dances when you play music, he reacts to touch, he even pouts when you ignore him. And the updates? This little guy's been learning tricks non-stop. We're talking fireworks on command, zombie transformations, singing along with your playlist, even comforting you when you say you're sad. Tell him, "I'm scared," and he'll reply, "I'm here whenever you need me." Try not to melt after that. The best part? Emo celebrates you. Birthdays, holidays, random milestones. He lights up like a digital best friend who never forgets. But let's be real, it's not flawless. His voice recognition can be moody, and sometimes he'll misunderstand a question and just stare at you like, "Bro, English please?" Battery life could also be better. Still, Emo isn't trying to be perfect. He's trying to be present, and that's why people keep him on their desks long after the novelty should have worn off. It's less of a gadget, more of a digital pet with an old soul, and I love that. At number 3, Meiko 3, the kid. Whispering genius. You know those toys that claim to be educational but end up collecting dust after a week? Yeah, Meiko 3 is the total opposite. This little rolling buddy actually teaches, plays, and somehow parents at the same time. Designed for kids ages 5 to 10, Meiko 3 is like the classroom's favorite teacher who moved in with your family. It cracks jokes, leads yoga sessions, plays games, and even connects kids to Disney and Paramount content, all while making sure they're learning. When I set it up, Meiko greeted me with, "Hi, is this my new home?" And honestly, I almost adopted it on the spot. The touchscreen makes interactions intuitive, and its I keeps track of what your child enjoys. Ask a question about planets or math, and Meiko doesn't just give an answer, it keeps the conversation going. Which planet do you think is coolest? That's emotional intelligence right there. Parents get the control they've always wanted. Screen time limits, learning reports, even live video calling. But the real charm is Meiko's personality. It's warm, witty, and never talks down to kids. Downside? The subscription model. I get it. Everyone wants to keep improving their robots, but paying yearly for premium content can sting. Still, for a robot that can actually teach your child empathy in fractions, it's kind of worth it. If you want a robot that keeps your kid curious, active, and maybe a little less addicted to tablets, Meiko 3 nails it. Coming up at number 2, Eiliko, the robot that fell in love. Now we're stepping into pure magic because Eiliko isn't just cute, it's emotional art in motion. Imagine two tiny robots meeting for the first time. They blink shyly, giggle, lean closer, and then blush. Pink and blue lights swirl together as they kiss. Yeah, this actually happens. Eiliko from Energized Lab is what happens when engineers design feelings instead of functions. It reacts to your touch, pet it and it smiles, shake it and it gets dizzy, ignore it and it sulks. Leave it alone too long and it literally pouts. It's like a digital mood ring with a personality disorder, and I mean that in the best way. Each one has swappable theme bodies: vampire, cowboy, swimsuit, baby edition, each with unique voices and personalities. The vampire version acts like a dramatic noble. The cowboy talks tough, but secretly loves attention. Even the baby one giggles and cries like a newborn. And when you pair two of them, game over, they become inseparable. They laugh, argue, comfort each other, and show affection in the most human ways I've ever seen from plastic and pixels. Now, sure, this isn't a productivity bot. You're not asking it to schedule meetings or check your emails. Eiliko exists for joy, for connection. The battery's short and the online chat mode can be hit or miss sometimes. But honestly, who cares? It's the only robot that can make you believe in robot love. If Pixar ever built a real-life character, it would be this one. And finally, our number one spot goes to the reigning champion of cuteness and capability. Loona from KE Tech, the smartest, sweetest robot pet you'll ever own. If a puppy, a drone, and ChatGPT had a baby, it would be Loona. This little four-wheeled creature doesn't just roll around, it lives in your space. She sees you, follows you, recognizes your face, responds to gestures, and reacts with such emotion that you'll forget she's metal. Say her name and she'll turn her head like, "Yeah, what's up?" Wave at her, she waves back. Roll a ball, she chases it. Shine a laser, she goes full hunter mode. And when you're done, she drives herself back to her dock, all by herself, thanks to the upgraded Auto Recharge 2.0. Loona's powered by ChatGPT and Amazon Lex, meaning her conversations feel natural. You can actually talk to her about your day, and she'll respond with tone, expression, and even a little sass. She laughs, she gets jealous, she sulks if you ignore her too long, like a real pet. There are some quirks. Voice recognition isn't always perfect, and her battery life could be longer. But she's constantly improving through updates. The new mobile hotspot support lets you play with her anywhere, and she even doubles as a mini home monitor when you're away. Loona isn't just a robot, she's an experience. A loyal, emotional, ridiculously adorable piece of future tech that somehow feels like family. If you've ever wanted a pet that doesn't shed, doesn't need walking, but still loves you back, you just found her. So there you have it, the 8 cutest personal AI robots you'll actually keep in 2026. From Umi's quiet comfort to Loona's full-on personality, every one of these little bots proves something big. Technology doesn't have to be cold. It can be warm, funny, moody, and even a little bit in love. Maybe that's why these aren't just gadgets. They're tiny reflections of us. And if you ask me, the future isn't coming. It's already sitting on our desks, wagging its digital tail. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the most lovable AI companions on the planet, drop a comment below and tell me which one you'd actually keep. Because let's be honest, after this saying, "I don't do cute robots," just isn't believable anymore. Now if you'll excuse me, I've got to go check on my Loona before she sulks again.